Rod lore. What does rod lore sound like to everybody? Just a question. You see that guy over there? He has rod lore. Okay, well, why are these guys like always? Oh good, our friend data has been updated. He has the power of 262. Alexa, I love that you know me so well with my nudie bits that I love so much. That's gonna be no context to anybody who didn't see the stream live, cause all that's getting cut out. What I just did there for the 20-minute or the 15 minutes. No one's gonna get to know what I talked about for 15 minutes. I will show the game that she got me though.
Ah, look there. Is that the...
Okay, so I know that it hates us. That's something I'm certain on. It hates us. So we get about 250 per attack. Okay, so it hasn't braved yet. Okay, just drop a deal like a dirty sock. Jeez. Okay. Well, that just happened. Let's summon friend bot. Well, we tried. We tried. It braved on us. So we just have to wait till it braves. That's all we gotta wait on. I think if we're doing 250 bit of damage every single time, that's Man. I mean, I can do that. Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do. So I need our magic attack up. Now, if I could just stop getting attacked by random enemies, that'd be great. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. That's how this is gonna be, is it? I'm gonna fight just a little bit. I'm gonna grind for a moment. Friends, if FriendBot could not be like... I get it, FriendBot's cool and all. FriendBot needs to stop being cool. Be friends with each other. Config. Difficulty. We're gonna up the rate a bit. Okay, let's just hit ourselves. Cool, cool. I like how we were gonna grind. And somehow... we're losing against a mook. I'd like to point out. We're seriously losing against a mook. Oh, please, honey, just kill us. Yeah, we died against mooks. Like, the first battle against the mooks was bad. It was real bad on the mooks. Okay, so job. What do we have here? Strong side. Doesn't help me any. Okay, so our strength's gonna go up to 23. That's what we need more than anything else. 21 on that with a sword. Let's not try, I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll be good to do magic, but let's go to max HP. Reduce. Okay, so cool. You're also going to become a monk. Because we need high HP fighters. Is that really better? I have to know, is that better? Yes. Yes, it is better. But Ring a Bell just does well. As a fighter. Okay. Sure. Why not? Sure. We're monks now. Okay, so I just need the black magic open. That's all I really need. I feel like Adia and Agnes are still wearing super, like, short dresses. No booby anime games, I know, right? I already finished my booby anime game. Alexa did give us another booby anime game, so it'll be on next stream. Whoops. Hey, Real Cookie Fireman, how are you? Okay, all of these things are super shit, I'm not gonna lie. You're good? Good. Okay, well. 3DS game. Yeah, and the polygons kind of give it away. Okay, just let it kill us. Just let it kill us. Okay, so that was really bad. I need to get better better defensive stuff. So being a monk, not actually helpful. Turns out. Actually really unhelpful. Turns out. Let's just turn that down to negative 100. Turns out super unhelpful having any of that stuff. No, yeah, I'm okay with that right now. Is this an emulator? Technically, yes, it is the Citra emulator. I don't know why we just failed to get my hosting information. But yes, it's the Citra emulator. I know where that is, but I can't do anything with the fact that I know where it is. Like, I'm glad this gives us more stuff, but still. I actually do own this game, I should point out, so this is not piracy. I always want to make sure that is clear, that I actually do own the game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is called Bravely Default. It's made by the same people who made Final Fantasy. It's kind of like a callback to the original Final Fantasy games, like 1, 2, and 3. So if you like the original Final Fantasy games, there you go. M defense is 10% up. Invigorate. Divining Rod. Pay to play. Okay. Let's equip real quick. How much money do I have? 273. I suppose I can turn back on the enemies. I'm pretty sure you can legally play it on emulator if they don't make the game anymore. They do make the game. It's made by Square Enix. You can easily buy this game. It's on the Nintendo eShop. And no, you cannot legally play it even if they don't sell it. Nope, it is still considered piracy if you do not own the game. And yes, Nintendo will take you to task for it. They have been known to take people to task for it. It doesn't matter if you can't get the game anymore. That's not their problem. They released the game. You want to go play it? It's back there. Now, luckily for me, I own Super Mario 64, so I don't have that problem. All of the companies do that. No, they all do that. I mean, that's their... That's not a mean thing. That's their legal right, and they have to do that. It's called brand protection. They legally have to do that stuff. Or else they can, let's say they don't protect Mario. Someone comes around and just decides they're like, well, we created Mario. You didn't. Would it stand up to anybody? No, everyone knows that Nintendo made Mario. But someone could easily say, you didn't protect Mario, and ergo we're going to use it in your stead. Nintendo really doesn't do anything weird. They just have the nostalgia factor on their side. You know what, do you know what Xbox did? They got rid of theirs too. PlayStation changed it into the PSN. And then they got all that stuff. You know it costs money to run servers. They aren't cheap either. That's why Nintendo got rid of Wii Connect 24 and the Wii Shop. I mean, you can still go to the Wii Shop and download the stuff that you bought. That's not a problem. I mean, it's no different than buying something on Steam, and then that company goes out of business, like Telltale. You can't buy Telltale's games anymore. You have to have them downloaded on your computer, or wherever, to play them right now, because Telltale no longer exists as a company. Even though they technically should still exist on Steam, on Valve servers, they don't anymore because of licensing reasons, without getting into the nitty-gritty of why. There's a lot of legal arguments there too, but besides the fact. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Armory. Would this make us any stronger? Yeah, it technically would. I mean, sure. Mithril helmet. Yeah, sure. That would make us a little stronger, too. Mithril armor. It's still affected. It's still affected by Article 13, even if it's not, like, inherent that it's affected, it still is. Just because it's not out and out that it is, it still is. Oh. Oh. Okay, come on. Man, you can tell the, you can tell it's an emulator right now. Sure, you can take that. Why not? Well, it's kind of like this. The DMCA, the Digital Millennia Copyright Act, is a United States copyright law. We're going to get real technical here for a moment, so I apologize to everybody. The United States DMCA is a United States copyright law that only affects the United States, you would think. But yet, everyone on the internet has to follow the DMCA. Because the United States might control the servers for the internet, the ICANN and whatnot. They make a lot of the rules for the internet. They do a lot of the stuff for the internet, things like that. You gotta look at it that way. So if Article 13, Article 14, or whatever article it is, or SOPA, or PIPA as it was back in the day, those things exist. They affect the entire world as a whole. So you can't say this thing or that thing does not affect the world. The whole lock, stock, and barrel is affected. Just because the 13 root servers are in the United States doesn't mean that they're immune from copyright law in other countries. Also, you must respect the copyright holders who put their stuff on the internet. Just because YouTube is based in California, it's an international company, being Alphabet Inc., or as you know it, Google. It's an international company. So therefore, they are required to follow laws of all the countries that they are in their specific section. So in China, they have to censor things. In Germany, they have to follow the Brine rules. In the UK, they have to follow their rules. In the EU, they have to follow their rules as a whole. The United States have to follow our rules in those specific sections. Now, you're generally going to see an overarching follow the United States rules and then layer on top of the other rules that exist. So when they go to China, they first throw on top of the US rules, what can't we have here? What also on top of that, what doesn't China want after those things are implemented? Or the UK, what don't UK laws exist on top of this? And that's generally how you do it. That's also why when you get certain things, there's certain videos that can't be seen outside the United States. There's certain videos that can't be seen outside of Germany. That's also why if you go and buy Steam keys, if you buy a lot of Steam keys, you'll notice that it's like only valid for certain regions. Wolfenstein, take for instance, the newest Wolfenstein game, not the one coming out soon, but the last one to come out. Hitler's in that game. Hitler is not a thing that can be seen in Germany. The mustache specifically is what gets you in trouble. So what they did in Germany was they took Hitler, they took off his mustache and never called him by name in the game, and the game passed with flying colors against their ESRB board. Whoever their ESRB is, I forget the exact title of them. And that's how they got around it. In the United States, it's Hitler. Like it's out and out Hitler that you see there. In Germany, it is not Hitler. And that's how you get away with it, because Nazi iconography is not allowed at all in Germany. You go to jail with Nazi iconography, all that stuff. Not really. That'd be like saying the United States made the International Space Station. The United States came up with a lot of technology around it, but every technology that's ever been invented is built on the backs of everyone before them. Sure, I mean, if you really want to put it that way, I mean, your gunpowder was not invented by Europeans, it was invented by Chinese people. Okay? That's where you start there. If you really want to like go that route, that's how you have to look at things. There's no technology that's ever been like, this country made this thing. Yeah, sure, it improved some previous thing. But like, it did not invent it, quote unquote. Also, you can't really say that. Sure, it invented ARPANET. We'll give it that one. The United States DoD and university systems created ARPANET and the BBS systems. But as a whole, that was an international conglomeration of different scientists around the world trying to figure out how to connect computer systems and make them speak to each other. Yeah, sure, Vint Cerf, very important man. Sir Tim Berners-Lee. There's a reason why he's Sir Tim Berners-Lee. He invented the internet, as you know, the HTTP protocol. He's an American, sure. But if you go and talk to the people who started the internet, they will tell you, this is not an American invention. This is a global invention. It changed not America, it changed the world. It was built on the backs of others. Every single piece of tech is built on the backs of the people below it. That's just the nature of that thing. That's kind of how you have to look at it. It's not you did, I did. It's everyone did together. Who made me better? Who's going to make my thing better on top of it? And yes, I did just stop the game in order to have that conversation. Okay, I actually don't want to have to fight all the way there, so I might turn off the boss battle, or might turn off the battling, depending on how bad this gets. Good old Adia. Yeah, most of those laws are going to make things worse. There's nothing... On surface, they're written to make themselves look good. But you get into some of the... into the in-depth part of it, and it's just kind of like, well... I mean, yeah, it exists. It's written with a good cause in mind. But it's going to screw up so much of how the internet works. There was a computer scientist who once said that the internet senses censorship as a wrong and will route itself around it. The internet does not like censorship and will figure out every way to get around it. And fair use is a very hard thing to do. Now, if you do stuff like me, like playing video games right now, technically, this is a copyrighted work. Technically, I'm committing copyright infringement, but because I am adding my own commentary on top of it, that immediately makes it a derivative work. What I'm doing here is legal. It's considered under fair use. Let's Plays are considered under fair use because they are derivative works. Same way with Weird Al could be considered copyright infringement, but because he's making a parody of it, he is protected underneath fair use. He is protected under derivative works, which is fair use. Take it in at that. All this stuff is very, like... You get in some serious conversations with that kind of problems. So yeah, it's some of those problems, and it's stuff you need to look at and just understand as like a very basic thing. Okay, so let's talk about that for a moment. I'm actually going to stop here for a second to talk about it because I actually need to... Let me heal up my people while we talk about that. So what specifically happened there is Nintendo had a partner program. They had Nintendo Partner Program. Originally, so this is back... I'm going to say 2012? 2012, 2013. Sega was like getting really big onto the bandwagon of just copy striking everything that involved anything of theirs. Sony, yeah, not Sony, Sonic, Shining Hearts was the real famous example that Total Biscuit played Shining Hearts and they copyright striked them. Not copyright claim, copyright strike, which means you get a strike on your channel. 3 of the strikes, your channel goes away. It just gets deleted out of the ether. So Total Biscuit, one of the biggest video game people out there before he passed away, had his channel just, a strike just appeared on it because he was playing Shining Cards. And until the day he died, he would not play another Sega game on camera or off because of what they did to him. And so Nintendo had a thing called the partner program for a long time, which is that this was after all of that fun, was that what happened was you could be signed up under Nintendo's partner program and they would approve, either your channel could be approved Nintendo games. There was a list of about 100 games you could play. Your entire channel could be partnered underneath them for I believe it was a 60-40 split. So you got 40, they got 60% of all the revenue. Or you could do individual videos for a 30-70 split where you got 30%. It was either that or a 25% split on your part. And basically, you got gypped in the end of it. The standard split for partners on YouTube is like 30-70. So, I mean, you were getting gypped either way. So that was... that 30% that Nintendo, that YouTube was giving you, was then being split 70-30 between you and Nintendo. So let's say you made $1 off of YouTube. You got 30 cents back from it. Then Nintendo was taking 70% of that 30 cents. And you were left with 30 cents. 30% of that. You could not make it on that. That was one of the things they did. This was after they had already copyright striked a bunch of stuff. There was a lot of BS that happened there. And then a couple years ago, it was like 1 or 2 years ago, they were like never going to... They were like, you can play whatever you want of our stuff. We don't care. We understand the value of, and this is a marketing term, of earned media. We understand the value of earned media. We don't have to do... They finally understood what it meant to not have to put advertising dollars or marketing dollars into a system. They finally understood that YouTubers who play Nintendo games generally aren't money hungry. They're just enjoying the game. And they want a little bit on the top to, you know, make ends meet. Nothing crazy. And so Nintendo was like, okay. And they entered into... recently, they partnered with Humble Bundle to sell their games. So now there's another distribution for Nintendo games besides Nintendo. They turned off their partner program and said, play whatever you want. We won't attack you. Now, if you play our music on YouTube with no derivative works, obviously there's going to be some problems. They opened up the market to remixes. In one case, they put out their stems for their music so you can do remixes properly. Nintendo opened the doors up to content creators and remixers to do what they wanted to, and they learned their lesson pretty well. And that's kind of why, like, Microsoft and Nintendo have kind of teamed up to do some stuff. Sony is still being like the redheaded stepchild who doesn't care anymore. They become like Nintendo of the 90s. So, it's weird in the video game industry, to say the least. But yeah, they learned their lesson from it. They definitely did learn their lesson, though. Because it could have been so much worse. Did we go up or down? I don't remember. But yeah, that's just kind of stuff that you would like learn from being in that space. We were going down. It was down into a cave.